Hello you beautiful people, my name is Zach Dowdy and today we're talking about the best complete skateboard setup for doing slappy grinds. Sometimes you need to make a complete skateboard setup for specific tricks and it's going to allow you to do them easier and better. Normally I'm a big advocate for having one board that's just versatile for everything, but today we're going to go against the grain of my normal stuff and make a slappy skateboard. Before we get into the details of today's video, I got something very excited to announce. I feel like it's like an announcement, but it's not an announcement. I'm just been waiting a long time to share this. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators, exploring new skills, deepening existing passions, and getting lost in creativity. Some of you have asked how I color grade and edit my videos. There's so much information about color grading. In specific, on Skillshare, there's a class called Color Grading for Filmmaking, the Vision, Art, and Science. This really helped me understand the science of color grading, not just rushing me into expecting a certain result, which has allowed me to better understand the process. In return, I can finally color grade my videos in the way that I've always really wanted to. So having a sponsor like Skillshare really is an honor, because without a platform like Skillshare, I wouldn't be where I am today with the knowledge I've been able to gain at my own discretion. First 1,000 of you subscribers to click the link in the description will get 1 month of free trial of Skillshare, so you can start exploring your creativity today. The first thing that I have is this Cwrap board that I actually had custom made recently on a video on how to make skateboards in your garage. I'll leave a little link up above. Friend Dom, who makes these skateboards called Cwrap skateboards, hooked me up with this one, and he is like a slappy grinding legend. He does so many slappy grinds. So these boards are basically like made from someone that does a lot of slappy grinds, so you know that's going to be to my advantage. You want something really wide. This is about 10 inches wide at the very most, and then it tapers in and out. It's a pretty fun shape as well, so super hyped to be setting this up. And then I just have some blank grip tape. The one thing that you have to think about when you're getting grip tape on a really big board is that some boards are wider than the actual grip. I think grip only goes to like 10 inches, like normal standard grip. So this one will have a little bit of extra board on the left and right that won't be gripped. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So I'm basically just gonna go right over the top with this. Might do some grip tape art later with some markers, but for the most part, I'm just gonna go black. I'm not very good at slappy grinds, so I think this will help me a lot. That's like the same thing, like you wanna learn a lot of flip tricks. You probably wanna set up a good small board that can like flip around really easy. If you wanna skate training, a good training board. So I'm excited to have a board that will work to my advantage, trying to learn slappies and improve my slappy grinds. So that's what I mean. Get a little bit of edge on both sides, but I can take the grip tape off the top and bottom and bring it over here if I want to do that as well. Next thing we have is the wheels. Dom actually hooked me up with these wheels as well. They're called Street Rats. They're 53mm wheels, and the one reason you really want small wheels with slappies and doing slappy grinds, the way it's going to work to your advantage is because there's basically less wheel contact and more truck contact. So you're hitting your trucks faster because they're closer to the ground, closer to the curb, and it's going to allow you to get onto the curb a lot easier having smaller wheels. That said, you're also lower to the ground. It's going to be just a faster impact. The higher your wheels are, you might be able to get on, but then you're not going to be able to lock into your trucks. And with slappy grinds, you really want to get a lot of truck contact, which is why you want really big trucks, which is what we'll get into next. Now I picked these up the other day, which I'm super excited for. Some 215 independent trucks. I haven't had any this big in a really long time. I think I've only had like one other pair of 215s before. I did just skate them on my regular board though, so I wasn't really trying to just do slappy grinds, and that's what these are going to be for. So there's so much truck to slappy into and not miss. Essentially, the smaller truck you have, the less grind room you have, the more opportunity you have for air. This has like less margin for air, more room to just make contact with the curb. So I'm super excited to set these bad boys up. And I got some independent hardware, just came with it thanks to Slappy's garage skate shop. Picked up the hardware, so let's set up these 215s. What's cool about these 215 trucks is they actually have the option for multiple wheelbases. So you could drill new holes in your board if you wanted to basically change your wheelbase, which is pretty dope. All right, I'm so excited about getting this board set up that I forgot to cut my grip tape. Get some of these edges off before we go too much further. This shape is gonna be really fun. There's a big steep tail, so I feel like I might Even learn like blunt slides on curbs maybe. Now, you can get wider grip tape. I think there's like specific wider grip tape you can get, but you normally don't use every single edge of your normal grip tape anyway, so you can kind of just, you know, reuse the front and the back. Just need it for that one spot, really. Add some flavor, some character to your board. Let's finish these trucks, get them all the way on there. All right, now we got our trucks on there, our grip tape on our board. Now we just need to get our wheels and bearings on there. I got some reds, which are fairly cheap bearing, nothing fancy. We're gonna be bashing a lot of curbs, probably riding dirty areas, so I didn't want to get anything too crazy and too expensive because chances are no matter what you get, you're gonna go there pretty fast because of the abuse that Slappy grinds just have. It's part of the nature of Slappy grinds. So reds, kind of just your standard bearing. Let's pop them in. All right, that's pretty much it. Our perfect Slappy complete skateboard. The only thing we're missing is some rails, and I want to put some rails on this. Right now I'm not going to because mine are missing like 2 screws, and with rails you need every single screw in there, otherwise it starts rattling and it's just not good. You also want to put some glue in there. Maybe did a whole nother rebate on how to put rails on because I found some good techniques from your guys' comments in the last video. So yeah, let's go test this board out and see if it's really good as people say it is. All these specifications for Slappy grinds. All right, we are at the local curb spot nearby me to try out the board, try out some Slappy grinds, see how it does. There's a curb that I got going here, a little link up above on how to get your local curb skatable in case you want to get a skate spot like this going. So yeah, let's try to break in the board. All right, straight off the bat, these trucks are way too loose. It's normally when I get trucks, I just like skate the trucks as I get them and work the bushings into my skating. There's a whole video breakdown I could probably make on that alone. So I'm gonna tighten them up. I brought my skate tool, kind of adjust them until they feel like they're nice and sturdy in a good place to where I can at least ride on the board without feeling like I'm gonna fall off. A little bit better. Let's try that again. That was probably the best Slappy session I've ever had, like out of the gate without warming up. Like I've never done that many frontside 50-50 frontside Slappy grinds. That is something I have been having a hard time learning, struggling with, trying to show you my progression as I've been learning them. But yeah, this session was definitely a breakthrough session. I could definitely say this board has helped me for sure with Slappy grinds. This is definitely an advantage. You can just get on the curb a lot easier. It's almost less of like using your feet and more using your body weight, which I think it's the same thing on a regular skateboard, but you really use that to your advantage on this board. The really wide trucks and the really small wheels, it just feels like you're just going right into the curb. There's less of like an eruptness. It's more like straight to grind contact. That's what I noticed. I was kind of struggling on the backside 50-50 Slappies, which is something I'm a lot better at on my regular board. But yeah, I definitely think like if you're into Slappy grinds or like the idea of like learning how to skate curbs or just want to get more into curb skating, setting up a board similar to this is going to be a lot easier to ride curbs with, to be an advantage. And as I said before, I normally don't have two different skateboards. I'm normally not a big fan of that, but I think I'm going to start making an exception because this is a lot of fun. I'm going to be bringing this board out just for like Slappy Sunday sessions. So hope you guys enjoy this little video, different kind of just trying to set up different skateboards for different things. Make sure you smash that like button if you did enjoy this. Subscribe if you're not already. Please support the channel, and see you guys in the next one. MASH!